Top 5 win days by, I can't remember. It's a Ginger Reed Laney, and then, you know, some other lady took it over. If you can't figure out who it is based on the links, maybe you shouldn't be reading it. Just saying. Alright, so Top 5 Wednesdays, favorite character names. Boom! Like magic tricks. This one was difficult in a totally different sense from the way the other Top 5 Wednesdays were, because this one I had too many choices. I could have done a top 15, no problem. I did a top 15, like I got a dry erase board and I was like, okay, this person's name, this person's name, this person's name, and I just like, I like threw out 10 right then. I was like, chow! And I come up with like, I don't know how many more? Like, I think it was like 15, and I just cut out a bunch of people. So this is by no means the only 5 names I like. It's just the coolest ones. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do a descending order all the way up until my favorite, because there is a favorite. There's always a favorite. I don't care what your parents tell you. Did you hear that tapping? What is that tapping? Who is that tapping on my door? There we go. Alright, so number 5. Alright, this is going to be a kind of a stand-in character for a lot. I mean, he's one of my favorites in this series. But anyways, Sandan Glokta. He just, I mean, like, just about anybody from the north in this series, I love their name. But like, the way the narrator says the name, it just, oh man, makes you want to have a kid named Sandan Glokta. Not really, but I mean, it'd be a cool name to have. I'm just saying. So it's my 5th favorite name out of all the names in the world. Names are important. Like, I like how people have names, you know, they're cool. I don't ever remember anybody's name, but that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the story. I like names, just not their given names. I don't like the Todds and the Beckys. I like the Bloody Nines and the Shivers. You know, I like them. I like Cracknut. I like the Sandan Glokters, you know. Anyways, moving on. Number 4 would be Ka-Poel, or Poel for short, from Powder Mage series. That's the Bona. I think that's right. Which is a different kind of magic than what everybody else uses, and she could kill a god if she wanted to. So, I mean, there's some fire behind that name, Ka-Poel. I just like that. I like kind of hyphenated names, you know. Let you know how to say them, for one. But, I mean, it's just cool, and it's got a nickname built into it. I mean, it's there. It's there for the taking. You know, if you want to use it, it's there. Number 3. That would be Loclamore. I mean, my favorite thing about this series is it's the only, like, Renaissance-y series that I've read, but man, are they the pinnacle. Somebody else might come along and say, hey, you know, we have some other people that are in, like, this, like, I don't know, Italian, French. I'm just from Arkansas. I don't know a lot of stuff, okay? Kind of books, but it'll be hard to beat this book. This book is, like, I don't know, it's great. And his name, it just, the way it rolls off the tongue, and that, you know, and like I don't know if you read the book, but like, how it's used, like, near the end of the first book, and he's like, no, shikata! You know, he didn't say shikata. But it's a great series, and I like the name. I like the way it, like, it just rolls off the tongue, you know? It just fits. It's good. It's good. Number 2 is somebody that comes up in, like, I don't know, probably every one of my top 5s of some kind, and that's Honors George Ancroft. Just that George, it's like almost George, but not George. I don't know. And the first name Honors, like, that sounds like a title, not a name. You know? Everybody calls him George, though. But, like, that whole, like, I don't know, like, up here sounding name, elitist sounding name, and he's just a merc. you know, an insane merc. I mean, he's a recipe for awesome, is what he is. You know, he just is. And that name helps out a lot. It really does. That was number 2. Right? Yeah, that was number 2. Alright, so we're to number 1. Number 1. And this is the name that I told my wife I would call our kid if it was born. I'm assuming it'll be born at some point. Not that she's pregnant, just, you know, when we have a kid, I'd call it this if it was a boy. And she said, not over her dead body. And I said, okay, my dear. So if the wife dies during childbirth, this is going to be its name. So, yeah. And without further ado, number 1 is Gilgamesh. I mean, is that not the most awesome fucking name of all time? I'm talking about, like, that was way back, beginning of, like, written history, right? And he already started off on the top. Well, he didn't start from the bottom and now he's here. He was here in the beginning. He started here. Okay. Yeah. He doesn't, I mean, ain't nobody got nothing on him. Ain't nobody got nothing on me. You know, I just love that name, Gilgamesh. You know, it just feels like that motherfucker is gonna do some shit. You know, he like wrestles bears and stuff just by his name. You give somebody this name and boom, they already have a 6-pack. They got an 8-pack. Look, they're packing stuff in places you don't even know. You understand what I'm saying? Became proficient in every weapon. Okay? Can drink anybody under the table. Even a 50-year-old Irish man without a job. He ain't got nothing on his drinking. That's what Gilgamesh says. That's what Gilgamesh says about somebody. So, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, how could anybody pick a better name than that, right? I know, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, peace out.